Discover the advantage of unlimited access to all the stories and resources from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. From insights to inspiration, business leaders rely on the IBJ for all things Indiana business. Start your $1 a week trial now at ibj.com/trial offer.
From Indiana's business news leader, this is IBJ Media's Inside Indiana Business with Gerry Dick, presented by Elevate Ventures, Indiana University, and Liuna.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick, coming to you this week from Bloomington as our IBJ Media Inside Indiana Business Innovate Indiana Series rolls into South Central Indiana. We are at a very busy spot, a major construction project near downtown Bloomington, an expansion, a $70 million expansion of the Monroe Convention Center. It is a project expected to drive new tourism dollars and one of several projects driving momentum in the South Central Indiana region.
For decades, traditional manufacturing fueled the Bloomington area economy.
RCA Selectivision Video Disc.
From TVs at RCA and Thompson.
This is the press room.
To elevators at Otis. To refrigerators at GE. Many of those jobs are gone, and the region is in transition to a knowledge-based economy focused more on ideas, research, and innovation. Indiana University is among the top tier of U.S. research institutions and the region's largest employer. Meantime, homegrown Cook Medical and the former Baxter Biopharma Solutions, now Semtra, are among the region's top private employers. And about 30 miles to the southeast, Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane Division is a burgeoning hub for innovation in cutting-edge defense technology and applied research, and part of what is envisioned as a quantum corridor stretching from Crane through Bloomington, Indianapolis, West Lafayette, and into Northwest Indiana, connected by one of the fastest and most secure commercial networks in North America.
And I'm pleased now to be joined by Bloomington Mayor Kerry Thomson to talk about continued momentum in Bloomington and South Central Indiana. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks so much for coming down to Bloomington today.
Among the beeps of construction sounds, which actually is a good sound, right?
It's a great sound for me. I mean, most folks may not know this, but to get to the construction beeps, there's a lot of work that gets done ahead of time. And so the visioning of our new convention center, of course, was a lot of years in the making, almost 2 decades. But we've really hit the ground running in the last 18 months. And thanks to our CIB, we have concrete in the ground and we're going vertical.
What does this project mean for Bloomington?
Well, it means a tremendous amount for Bloomington. Of course, we're the number 2 choice for conventions in the state. People want to come here, but for a long time we've been telling people they can't because our convention center is just too small to host what they want to do. So this does a world of good for Bloomington, attracting conventions and meetings to come from not only throughout the state, but from outside of our state as well as providing more adequate space for our community meetings.
The convention center expansion, one of several projects underway here. Housing is such a big issue in communities all over the state of Indiana and Hopewell. And as we're taping this this week, a major announcement regarding this innovative housing project that you think can be really transformational.
It really can. And, anytime we're looking at economic development, the secret and the real engine behind economic development is going to be housing. We have to house the people who work here. And Hopewell is done differently. This is land that the government owns. We bought the old hospital site, and we have a vision for doing sort of naturally occurring affordable and mixed income housing there. What that means is the government's getting out of the way. So to do an attainable house, it means we build a smaller home on a smaller footprint. It's great accessibility to the homeownership market for those who are just entering, and then they can use that as a starter home and continue to climb.
What do you, as you look at Hopewell 5 years, 10 years down the road, what does that area look like?
It's the ideal live, work, play. So our vision is single family detached and attached houses on the south side, which we'll preview today in our meeting. We'll do more condos likely on the west side, and we'll probably do a pretty nice mix so that the architecture there flows nicely on the hill and straight to the B line. It's a live, work, play environment. It's right on our beeline. Have Kroger right there, 2 parks right next door. Really ideal for young families, which we, of course, want to keep in Bloomington.
The Bloomington area economy is in transition from traditional manufacturing to more technology and innovation-based companies, and certainly the mill and the trades district, a big part of that strategy here. As you look at that and the focus on creating more tech-based companies, the connection to IU, of course, how does that all come together?
It comes together in a number of ways. First, to have the asset of a Research One university that's really ready to pivot and commercialize the research that they're doing. Leadership at the mill in John Fernandez and at the university with Pam Whitten. And then, of course, my focus on economic development. We really have a trifecta moving in the right direction to get Bloomington open to the right kind of business. The Luddy School and Kelly are going to be incredibly important, but so are the sciences. And our proximity to Crane just makes us a natural place to do a lot of tech. Our biofarm community is ready to go as well.
And you're looking at development and a vision for several parts of Bloomington, including an emerging stadium district.
That's right.
Close to Memorial Stadium, all the excitement with IU football probably doesn't hurt that vision. What is the vision for the stadium district?
The stadium district already has a number of new and long-time existing businesses, but it doesn't really have a cohesion to it that keeps it together and where people know what they're going to get when they go to the stadium district. And of course, we have a lot of new housing there. And so some of these businesses serve the folks that live there, but others are restaurants and yoga studios and other things that serve all of us. And so as we move forward with a brand in Bloomington where we really have a place for everyone to be called into and belong here, the stadium district is a unique neighborhood node that can really call people into belonging, whether they're here for a game, whether they live here year-round.
Bloomington Mayor Kerry Thomson, as always, Mayor, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a lot of activity.
Great to see you again, Gary.
Well, for decades, Bloomington has been synonymous with IU basketball.
Mendoza's got 271 yards through the air. That's a season high for Fernando, and he wants more. What a throw to Surratt.
Now the Hoosier football program is the red-hot commodity, the secret behind the success of IU football and the economic impact it's having on Bloomington and beyond when we come back.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
fast.
businesses need help.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions. They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
We Build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America are building roads and bridges to get Hoosiers where they're going today and a new energy infrastructure that will keep Indiana competitive tomorrow. LIUNA's over 12,000 statewide members also grow local economies, earning good union wages, shopping where they live and work, and paying taxes. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Welcome back to Bloomington, a city of just under 80,000 and the latest stop on our Innovate Indiana series. Now here in Bloomington, the buzz is all about football. The Hoosiers, once cellar dwellers, are now one of the top-ranked teams in the country. In fact, the number 2 team in the country after last week's homecoming victory over Michigan State and heading into this weekend's clash against a suddenly red-hot UCLA team at Memorial Stadium. I caught up with IU President Pam Whitten to talk about the impact of IU's gridiron success.
Down the middle, Mendoza's right on the mark.
Also talk about the university's position as a leader in research and what's next.
You pick up any publication in America,
from Wall Street Journal, we were in twice last week, right, to the New York Times, to every publication in the state of Indiana, everything across the country and really across the world. And you will read about Indiana University every single day because of football that's here. But most importantly, you'll read about the wonderful story, right, the meteoric rise of IU and where it's going. And that's a wonderful opportunity, not only for our university, but for our state.
Finds his man, reaching for the end zone for the touchdown.
Whitten calls IU's football success a metaphor for the school's success and massive investment in an innovation-based economy in the state. This week, IU broke ground on IU Lab, a $178 million center for bioscience education, research, and startup incubation at Indy's 16 Tech Innovation District.
It's a facility, although we're already working. We're not waiting till the building is done. That is everything from students in play to get degrees in biomedical engineering to students and faculty and others who have concepts that will be brought to actual commercialization. It is to make Indianapolis, Indiana, the center of the universe in this country for all things development related to bioscience.
I also caught up with IU Athletic Director Scott Dolson, just back from Big Ten meetings in Chicago, to talk about the economics of IU's football success and why it was important to lock down Coach Curt Cignetti with a $92 million contract, and what's next for the Big Ten after a blockbuster deal.
I think there's no question as jobs open up, like the job that you'd mentioned at Penn State or just around the country, in particularly with all the noise that gets created around there, we felt like, in addition to showing that commitment to Coach Sig and the program, we felt like we didn't want that to be, all that noise to be a distraction to what is really a tremendous season that we're working on.
As for the impact of IU's breakout season,
for the next 4 games, we're going to sell out. But then to see all of our numbers, as you mentioned, our concessions sales are doubled from where they are 2 years ago. Our overall income just around football is more than doubled. And just looking at that, and then you look at the impact just around the campus. You look at admissions applications, and you look at the community as I see local restaurants and businesses around the community. I know they're feeling, sometimes I'll see someone and they'll say, hey, thanks for getting football going, because it really does bleed around the whole community.
Businesses like the Village Deli along iconic Kirkwood Avenue, especially feeling the impact of IU football.
We have a lot of alumni who are coming back to Bloomington from this past weekend, Colorado, Texas, California, New York, where they're excited to come to Bloomington. They know that the team is going to put on a great show, and they're hoping for a win, which they haven't disappointed yet this year.
Just a few blocks away at the Graduate Hotel, a sellout for all 149 rooms for every home game this season.
I mean, what Cignetti and that team has brought over here to Bloomington is incredible. So it's good for all the businesses around here. This is the first year that we've actually had our liquor license, so we've been able to do tailgates up here on the terrace.
Certainly the changing face of collegiate athletics, name, image, likeness, the role of agents in college sports, all could be leading to why sports law is gaining traction in the legal world. And this week's IBJ Mickey Shuey takes a deep dive into the trend and how it could be shaping the next phase of college and professional sports.
Here's what's making news around Indiana. Brought to you by the Indiana Association of Realtors. Indiana's 21,000 realtors. The neighbors you know, the experts you can count on.
It's time now to get caught up on what's making news around Indiana.
Hendricks County is where we begin this week with 2 major developments moving forward there. The town of Brownsburg considering tax incentives for a $435 million life sciences company that would add nearly 1,800 jobs. Next to that facility, one of the largest publishers in the world, HarperCollins, breaking ground this week on a logistics investment that would generate some 400 new jobs. Caterpillar says Indiana will be among the first states to benefit from a major workforce initiative, promising $5 million to train and upskill workers at operations, including its large engine center in Lafayette that is already undergoing a $725 million expansion. Anderson landing a global investment that could create more than 100 new jobs. Spain-based Saica Group planning to build its second U.S. manufacturing plant in Madison County, a $110 million investment. And spirits are flowing in southeast Indiana. New Orleans-based Sazerac investing nearly $40 million for another expansion at its Northwest Ordnance Distilling Plant in New Albany.
Up next, Bloomington's expanding global role in healthcare innovation. Details on Cook Medical's latest partnership with a big-name European tech company and what it means when it comes to saving lives.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Northeast Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Fort Wayne. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Northeast Indiana, a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation. And what's next for the region? Join us at the Grand Wayne Center Tuesday, November 18th for Innovate Northeast Indiana, part of the Innovate Indiana Series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
We are bringing the power of this to this with a new IBJ Media app. For the first time ever, you'll be able to get the Indiana Lawyer, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indianapolis Business Journal all in one place wherever you go. All across the state of Indiana, IBJ Media provides the news you need to know, and we're doing it now directly to your phone. To be a part of this, you can find it on your favorite app store. Just search IBJ Media.
Well, Bloomington continues to have a major footprint in the healthcare industry.
Two big-name players, homegrown Cook Medical and Simtra Biopharma Solutions, have a major presence here.
Cook, the city's largest employer, announcing a first-of-its-kind partnership with German-based Siemens Healthineers, one that could potentially reshape how doctors detect and treat potentially deadly medical conditions. Let's send it back to the studio in Indianapolis for details with Business of Health reporter Kylie Valletta. Kylie.
Thanks, Gary. Bloomington-based Cook Medical is teaming up with Siemens to roll out an entirely new kind of MRI machine. 8 U.S. hospitals are already building suites in preparation for the new MRI machines to arrive, which is expected to happen in about 6 to 8 months. Unlike traditional MRIs that focus on diagnosing, Cook says this is the first time ever that an MRI machine has been purposely built for intervention or treatment. And those treatments will take place with Cook devices. The two giants partnered about 10 years ago for proof of concept, now teaming up for the go-to-market strategy.
They will not just be selling their machine and we sell our devices. Cook and Siemens will be selling the entire ecosystem, the entire framework together. We need to make sure that the right imaging equipment with the right device absolutely can work in tandem together. And that's the power of this partnership.
Called the Interventional MRI Suite, Siemens software will work hand in hand with Cook devices. The machine itself may not look different to the average patient, but it has the largest opening on the market and a funnel design at the opening, so doctors have space to reach inside the bore to work on the patient. For the first time, Indianapolis was the host city this week for the EMS World Expo, the biggest emergency medical services conference in the U.S. More than 300 companies were exhibitors at the event, including Indianapolis-based Compact Medical, which earned FDA clearance on its new device just weeks ago. The startup unveiled its Butterfly BVM at the event, now cleared for sales in the U.S., and the EMS World Expo hosted thousands of potential customers.
This is one of our most important target markets that we're focusing on, is the emergency medical services pre-hospital market, right? And everybody at this conference is part of that market, right? And so it's a really targeted, great venue for us.
What better way for the expo to race into the city than with IndyCar Medical Director Dr. Julia Visor delivering the keynote address. We spent time at the track with Dr. Visor when she took over the role, which leads EMS response at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Patients in Madison County are now getting more advanced cardiovascular care closer to home. Community Hospital Anderson opened its expanded Heart and Vascular Center earlier this month, which doubles capacity for its cath labs and adds new capabilities for other cardio procedures. And that's a look at this week's health business news in Indiana. Now to Gary and this week's Eye on Education.
Time now for our Eye on Education, brought to you by PNC Bank.
All right, Kylie, some great information there. As always, you have your fingers on the pulse of what's making news in the world of healthcare. Well, Walmart, Indiana's largest private employer with more than 43,000 workers, is partnering with Vincennes University to train the next generation of technicians. Walmart executive Mark Rickel stopped by our Indianapolis studio recently to explain why the partnership is important for workforce development in Indiana.
Associates are given the opportunity to enroll in a program that will teach them skills in HVAC, refrigeration, facilities, and pretty much open them up to a whole new career path if they're engaged in that type of work. And these are associates that come and they're working in our stores and they're seeing different opportunities where they can participate even more than just being a floor associate or a coach or things like that. They see an opportunity where I can keep that refrigeration system moving or the HVAC system, and so they go get that on the, they get that hands-on training.
And of course, Walmart continues to have a major presence here. Two of its largest fulfillment centers are in Indiana. One in McCordsville, it's in Hancock County. The other in Plainfield in Hendricks County. Coming up next, innovation and collaboration all morphing together under one roof at the Mill in Bloomington. How one startup here is making national noise on how you watch sports.
Buying or selling a home is too important to go it alone. Realtors are on your side when it matters most, as local housing experts with insight that goes deeper than a set of search results. With a strict code of ethics and higher professional standards to protect your interests. And with a commitment to Indiana, standing up for homeowners and taxpayers, supporting our economy, and working for stronger communities.
Indiana Realtors, the neighbors you know, the experts you trust, will find your way home.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures.
Northeast Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Fort Wayne. Join business and community leaders at Innovate Northeast Indiana, a powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation. And what's next for the region? Join us at the Grand Wayne Center Tuesday, November 18th for Innovate Northeast Indiana, part of the Innovate Indiana Series presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate.
The challenges are real.
Type 2 diabetes rising
Small
fast.
businesses need help.
Alzheimer's cases rising as population.
Solutions. They said it'll never happen.
It's too hard.
Nothing will change.
Can't compete.
You'll never solve it.
And we said, watch us.
John Mellencamp circa 1980, playing live at Oliver's in Bloomington before hitting it big in the music industry. Mellencamp still calls Monroe County home.
Welcome back to Bloomington. I am now at the Mill, just north of downtown Bloomington. This is a co-working space that was launched back in 2018 to help drive innovation, technology development, and entrepreneurship in Bloomington and South Central Indiana. The Mill is the anchor tenant of the burgeoning Trades District, a 12-acre city-owned innovation district designed to support tech and life sciences companies, really a whole range of companies. The goal is to connect the area's promising startups with Indiana University research, venture capital, and talent pipelines. The Mill and the Trades District are key components of a strategy here to transition the traditionally manufacturing-based economy to one based more on knowledge and innovation. Former Bloomington Mayor John Fernandez is the Mill's CEO.
So the Mill is an entrepreneurial support organization. So we focus on three things. One is programs that support early stage companies, whether that's through mentoring, coaching, special pitches. We also have an investment fund called the Flywheel Fund that provides early stage capital to young companies. So that's like one bucket. And then we have spaces. So here at the Mill, there's co-working space. There's also office space to incubate companies. There's conferencing and event hall space. It really brings people together.
Companies like AI startup InfoSentience, which recently scored major partnership deals with CBS Sports, and Play On Sports, which purchased high school sports platform MaxPreps. InfoSentience technology delivers millions of AI-generated sports highlights, recaps, profiles, market reports, and more. The company produces over 4 million unique articles annually for MaxPreps alone.
We have previews for both of the teams. We have player-specific articles. If a player has a big milestone or something, we'll just write a whole article just on that player. So that's been a really, really fun project.
And growth in the Trades District is just beginning. A $16 million Lilly Endowment grant helped build The Forge, 21,000 square feet of office space for more mature companies, and plans for a hotel on property are also moving forward.
5 years from now, what we want to have here is a very dense, kind of curated density around tech-forward companies, places where people can live, where they can work, where they can hang out. The important thing for us is that, this is a quintessential college town. And so for folks who are not in college, especially that young professional group that we want to retain or attract here, they need their own neighborhood. And so this is kind of that neighborhood.
And I should also mention that residents will be able to get an inside look at the Mill, its partnership with IU, and growth plans here at the Trades Block Party that's planned for November 7th. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show from Bloomington, the latest stop in the IBJ Media Inside Indiana Business Innovate Indiana Series. We leave you this week on the waters of Lake Monroe, Indiana's largest inland lake, just a hop, skip, and a jump from Bloomington. I'm Gerry Dick. Thanks for joining us. Go out and make it a successful week.
The Indiana Breast Cancer Awareness Trust may not be a name you immediately recognize, but no doubt you've seen our license plate on cars all around town.
Each time a plate is purchased or renewed, we receive $25. These funds allow us to provide free mammograms, diagnostic procedures, and support services to underserved Hoosiers.
We also provide scholarships to support Indiana students who have a parent going through treatment or who have lost a parent to the disease.
Over the past 20 years, we have funded more than $7.5 million to serve fellow Hoosiers.
You see, it's more than a pretty plate. Learn more at breastcancerplate.org.
Been a while. What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Oh, I see it's not flossing. I just added some secret weapons to my toolkit.
Huh?
They help me drill down further, digging deeper than I ever could before. Into my business and personal finances with Lake City Bank Digital.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now let's take care of that tooth.
Add sharper tools for your money with Lake City Bank Digital.
You are all set, Brian.
I'm Devin.
What happens when a basketball superstar changes the course of an entire city? I'm Mickey Shuey, and in Beyond Clarkonomics, we tell the story of how Caitlin Clark's arrival to the Indiana Fever sparked more than just sold-out arenas. It's rewriting Indianapolis's long-term strategy for sports, downtown growth, and women's leadership. Listen at ibjpodcast.com or on your favorite podcast app.
The IBJ Media Podcast Network is the soundtrack of a growing state. Indiana is on the move, and you can hear it happening on the IBJ Media Podcast Network. We bring you the voices at the center of our economy, our courts, our companies, and our communities. Subscribe now and be part of the conversation that's building Indiana's future. Find all of our shows by searching IBJ Media in your podcast app or visit ibjpodcasts.com.